This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. We're a slightly shorter show tonight, just 30 minutes due to the Easter holiday. And we begin with the Labrador Island Link acing its latest test. NL Hydro says that test was an important step in getting Muskrat Falls energy into homes and businesses across the island. Now you're looking at mile 1 of the island portion of the Labrador Island Link. It's the spot on the northern peninsula where underwater hydro lines from Labrador connect to the lines on dry land. Over the weekend, tests of this link that run from Muskrat Falls to the Avalon Peninsula were successful. Hydro says its system performed as expected with no customer outages. Hydro says the two 700 megawatt pole trip tests were an important step toward final commissioning of this asset. Company officials are expected to have more to say about this tomorrow. And a new, more environmentally friendly marine Atlantic ferry is currently under construction in China. This is the vessel after it was floated out of dry dock at the shipyard in China. The as yet unnamed ferry is expected to be added to the fleet in the spring of next year. It's powered in part by liquid natural gas, diesel, and lithium batteries to cut down on carbon emissions. It will offer 146 cabins and 42 berth pods, which is more passenger space than any other marine Atlantic ferry.
Well, taking a look outside at the Narrows, what a beautiful evening it is right now. We saw lots of sunshine, some snow and graupel out there as well in some areas, but those temperatures at the moment are currently sitting around 1 degree. A little bit of a wind chill out there, feeling more like -2 in St. John's. The winds are out of the east-northeast at 11 kilometers per hour. Take a look at what the rest of the province did look like. There's lots of sunshine out there, in fact, and that's thanks to a ridge of high pressure. There's not a whole lot going on, which is lovely, and we've got some mild temperatures that are going to move in as we head through the next couple of days. You can already start to see it edging in, or at least the next 24 hours, starting to edge in up across parts of Labrador. But if you take a look at what's happening as we head through tomorrow, a nice warm up. It is certainly going to feel like spring across a good chunk of the province tomorrow. This will continue for the most part. We will see a drop in temperatures as we head into Wednesday, but it will be a bit of a roller coaster, and those temperatures will warm up again as we head into Saturday. I'll break the full forecast down for you in a little bit.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, the RNC has laid charges related to what it calls historical sexual violence committed in St. John's between 2019 and 2022. An 80-year-old man faces charges of sexual assault and sexual interference, and a 62-year-old man is facing 11 charges, including sexual assault, indecent exposure, and sexual exploitation. Now, according to police, multiple victims are involved, and they're looking for more to come forward. The two men are facing charges are known to each other. Both of the accused are in custody while waiting to appear in provincial court. Well, a 20-year-old man has had his driver's license immediately suspended Easter Sunday after police stopped him going almost 200 kilometers per hour on Pitts Memorial Drive. RNC officers clocked the driver going 192 kilometers per hour, stopping him just outside of Mount Pearl. The speed limit on Pitts Memorial Drive is 100, and in addition to suspending his license, police also seized the vehicle. Well, for the second time in league history, the Basketball League, also known as TBL, held its all-star game in Pennsylvania. It happened over the weekend, and the Newfoundland Rogues star guard Armani Chaney was picked to take part in the event.
I feel like it was needed. Definitely, like I said, just time to decompress, just everything that's going on with the league and playing. But in terms of the All-Star events and stuff, it was fun. Definitely fun get along with people that's good in this league, and a lot of people I kind of knew already, but just fun building those relationships. Definitely an honor. Anything that I get pub for, anything that just puts the Rogues in a great atmosphere, whatever, it's definitely an honor.
Well, Chaney's team came out victorious in the Saturday night game. He scored 11 points and had 4 assists in the win. Now, that's not all. Some of the Rogues roster made a trip to Sheshatshiu late last week to share their skills with young players in the community. We'll have more on that story ahead on Here and Now.
Where's it going? Oh, the back. And through the hole.
Well, swept away at the World Curling Championship, sadly, Scotland crushed Canada at yesterday's gold medal final. St. John's skip Brad Guzhou finished with a third silver medal after a 9-3 loss in 8 ends. And stay with us. In about 20 minutes, we'll head back to Ottawa to hear Guzhou's emotional message for fans. For generations of Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, when you think pianos, the name Collis comes to mind. A.L. Collis first set up shop in the province in 1910, but the recent passing of its owner, Alastair Collis, marks the end of an iconic local brand. Our Radio Canada colleague Kyle Mooney brings us this special report.
To many in Newfoundland and Labrador, Alastair Collis was a piano man extraordinaire.
He looks so happy there. He's just in his element, you know?
But to Anna Collis, he was dad.
I think from traveling the province over the years piano tuning, he just had a deep love for the people and the places they were from.
Alastair Collis was the most recent owner of A.L. Collis. The company dealt in pianos, from restoration and repairs to tuning and sales.
I travel on, every spring and fall tuning pianos. I tune the same pianos my grandfather tuned 80 years ago. It's amazing.
Since her father's passing in March, Anna says she's never been more proud of her family name.
I have a lot of pride for the work that they did over the years. It's like 113 years of history and bringing music to people in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Gary Johnston remembers visiting A.L. Collis as a child.
Alastair was always very welcoming. He and his dad were all hail fellow, well met when you went into the store, and handshakes all around.
In its heyday, A.L. Collis was selling a piano a day. Junior Reid isn't quite there. Still, he says, piano sales haven't exactly dried up.
It's been steady. I'll answer that question that way. It's been steady.
Reid says digital pianos have become more sophisticated and much more popular, but he doubts the piano will ever lose its prestige.
People will always want an acoustic piano.
Gary Johnston is one of those people. Growing up, he remembers pianos in every classroom, church, and auditorium.
There's an awareness of piano, yeah.
Gary says that awareness may have waned, but interest hasn't. His students are more committed than ever.
I see them coming and staying for the long haul, yeah.
In the past month, Anna says she spent quite a bit of time at the piano.
It brought me a lot of comfort because it reminds me so much of him.
Anna says her father wanted her to carry on the family business, but she's decided it's not in her blood.
For me, it just wasn't my path.
And so the sale of these last remaining instruments will mark the official end of an iconic Newfoundland brand. One whose legacy, like the pianos themselves, will continue to resonate. Kyle Mooney, CBC News, St. John's.
Even the animals are getting in on the Easter festivities. Check it out. This is the video from a zoo in Croatia today. Staff filled painted eggs with some of the animals' favorite foods, allowing predators and prey to take part in an Easter hunt, whether they realized it or not.
That's awesome. Well, lots of sunshine out there today. There will be some more blue sky and very nice temperatures. I'll get into the full forecast in a bit.
This weather update is brought to you by the Healthcare Foundation Home Lottery. Early bird prize deadline is midnight Friday, May 5th. Order tickets now at hcfhomelottery.ca.
Well, Ashley, you have a lovely forecast to tell us about, but before we get to that, there is another sign of spring that we want to tell you about. Those pesky winter parking restrictions in St. John's have been lifted. As of 4 p.m. this afternoon, you no longer have to worry about leaving your car on the street overnight. Of course, this is for those living outside the downtown area.
Yeah, but it also applies to the downtown business district. Those restrictions are brought in to accommodate snow clearing overnight, and I should point out that the city says that it can bring these restrictions back at any time should our wintry weather return.
Yes, if there's a big snowfall or something like that, but it does not sound like that is coming in the forecast.
No, in fact, tomorrow, a lot of that snow that we're seeing out there hopefully should melt away, which is nice.
Take it cutting. Yes, nice temperatures coming. It's exciting.
And we can basically just take a look at these temperatures. This is what's happening, you know, in the Halifax area, 15 degrees. Now, some of us could see those temperatures tomorrow as we see some of this milder air move in. Today, pretty nice, although we did see some flurries and some grapple out there. Temperatures were around 4 degrees, but when the sun was shining, it was beautiful. 6 in Terra Nova. Hotspot was in Corner Brook at 7 degrees across the island. Anyway, the hotspot up across Labrador, Happy Valley, Goose Bay. Now, that's the airport just in town. That station recorded 10.2 degrees, so that is the first double digit across the island or across the Big Land as we head into the warm season eventually. So taking a look at what's going on right now, not a whole lot as far as weather is concerned. We do have some cloud cover up across Labrador. And other than that, there's that mild air. I was talking about those temperatures that are moving in, the warmer temperatures anyway. That green is where we're going to see that warmer temperature. So that will continue. Now, right now, still sitting around 7 degrees in Lab City. Temperatures at the same for Corner Brook, but they are dropping the further east you go right now, sitting at about +1 in St. John's, and the temperatures will continue to dip as we head through the night tonight. Just taking a look at the satellite right now, because we don't have a ton of cloud cover, we can actually see that pack ice moving in and moving south, in fact. But if we take a look at where that ice is at the moment, we've got all that pack ice up across Labrador and lots of icebergs in some of this ice as well. So that's certainly good news, and it does look like this will stick around for a little while for sure. Taking a look at the future tracker as we head through the night tonight, we're going to see the potential for some flurries as you head towards the coast. Overall, a very quiet night across the island, and we'll see some cloud cover move in for the west coast as we head into the early morning hours. So temperatures tonight will hover around the 0 degree mark, degree above or degree below across the island. Temperatures up across Labrador will actually stay above 0 for Happy Valley, Goose Bay at about +2 tonight. Nain will be the coldest at about -10. Now, taking a look at the future tracker tomorrow, lots of sunshine in the forecast for the majority of the island. The cloud cover will stick around though as we head for the west coast up across Labrador, a chance of some showers. And then later on in the afternoon and evening, we'll see that risk of some showers or even flurries in some of the higher elevations for southeastern Labrador as well as the northern peninsula. And then more precipitation will move in as we head into Wednesday morning for the west coast. And again, higher elevations, you'll likely see some flurries with this. That will work its way pretty much east as we head through Wednesday with showers or flurries in the forecast as well. Take a look at these beautiful temperatures for tomorrow. Winds will be out of the southwest. That does mean, though, areas along the south coast will stay colder. However, a good chunk of central parts of eastern Newfoundland will reach somewhere between 11 to 13 degrees, and I wouldn't even be surprised if some areas see a little higher than that. So places like Terra Nova, potentially even St. John's, we may see a temperature a little bit warmer than this, but definitely feeling like spring. That is for sure. Gross Mourne will even hover around the 11 degree mark. Now up across Labrador, temperatures a bit cooler than today, especially for the west. But overall, temperatures somewhere between 3 and 9 degrees. And that is above 0. As we look into Wednesday, temperatures will be a bit cooler, so back down to the single digits, mid-single digits the story. Again, unsettled, either showers or flurries, but there will be some peaks of sun in the mix, and that's the story for Thursday as well. Temperatures are going to start to dip, though, between 2 and 3 degrees potentially for the eastern half of the island, and then same thing up across Labrador. Now, the long-range forecast does show temperatures somewhere between 3 and about 5 degrees as we head into the weekend. Unsettled, though, especially as we head Friday and Saturday, definitely looking at that gray sky continuing and the potential for some showers or flurries in the mix as well. Now, for western and central Newfoundland, you're looking at your temperatures pretty similar, 5 to 7 degrees. And a little bit more flurry activity for western Newfoundland, though, especially in those higher elevations. And then for eastern Labrador, you're staying above 0 as well. And it will be unsettled. The chance of showers or flurries pretty much right through Saturday. With flurries, the story for western Labrador is those temperatures are just a little bit colder through the day. But your overnight lows are still going to be dipping into the -5 to -10 degree range. Now, our weather photo of the day, I love this shot. I always love sunsets. This one was in Worsley Park. Ray shared this lovely shot with us. And if you have any weather photos that you would like to share with us, especially as the weather starts to get nicer, send to Facebook, Twitter, best place though, nlphotos@cbc.ca.
Going to a place where basketball is not a big thing, it's not a big sport, and you get to be the person that kind of sets the foundation for what's moving forward, I think that's very special.
A very special visit for some budding basketball players in Sheshatshiu when the Newfoundland Rogues rolled into town. That story is just ahead. Members of the Newfoundland Rogues were kept busy over the holiday weekend. Late last week, the team's coach and 3 players traveled to Sheshatshiu to run some skills camps for the community's first ever basketball team. So while it was a chance of a lifetime for the Labrador players, it was also an eye-opening experience for the 4 Americans who made their first trip to the big land. Have a look.
What's going on, guys? Ron Artest here. We're in Sheshatshiu. You know, we're putting these kids through some workout. We got Coach Zay, Coach Ty, got the guys. Then we got Coach Williams with the other guys, putting them through some drills.
We went to do a camp for a new team that's out there in Labrador in Sheshatshiu called the Eagles. It's a high school team that's first put together. They're young, they're eager to learn, and you know, we went out there to put a camp on for them, and it was very good. You know, the guys, they really accepted us being there. The whole community, the whole reserve actually accepted us being there, and it was really good. You know, we had a good time.
Didn't know what I was getting myself into initially, but once I got there, it was very, very fun. The kids were great. They just wanted to learn from us everything they could. A little colder than it is here, but I mean, besides that, it was a great time. Basketball in America is a very, very big sport. So going to a place where basketball is not a big thing, it's not a big sport, and you get to be the person that kind of sets the foundation for what's moving forward, I think that's very special.
Put your balls down. Hurry up. It meant everything to us. You know, we wanted to come in and just, you know, give our knowledge of the game, and they accepted it really well. Those guys were sponges. Every single thing that we asked them to do, they did it from A to Z, from the first day we was there to the day that we left. They still asked us questions when camp was over. You know, Coach, what about this? Isaiah, what about this? Ron, what about this? So they really enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it. It made it better for us to be there because they enjoyed it so much. Basketball is growing all over the world, and for me to be able to go to Labrador with my players and spread the knowledge that we've learned throughout the years of playing the game, it really means a lot to it. It means that whatever we're doing in this game of basketball is growing, and people want to play it. They understand it. They love the game, and for us, that's what it's all about. You know, giving back to the community. As you know, the Rogues are in the community here all the time. So for us to go to Labrador and be able to do the same thing, it means the world to us. Way to work.
The last day, the closing day, we got to go do 5-on-5, and they had like the whole school come in and watch them just play 5-on-5. And for them, I think that was the greatest thing they've ever got to do. There was one kid who was hitting crazy shots for his team to win. Like they were losing, came back, won the game. Just an exciting, very fun thing for them. So I loved that for them.
We got away from, you know, the Taj Mahal of us being here in St. John's. It seems that way to us going to a reserve. But, you know, just to be able to spread our knowledge of the game. It's very, very good. It's very enlightening for the Rogues to go out and spread it not only in St. John's, but in a place like Labrador that has no knowledge of the game of basketball. So for me, being a head coach is something I've always dreamed of, being able to spread my knowledge of the game, and it just so-called happened to happen for us, and I'm very happy for it.
Oh, sounds like a lovely experience for everyone involved. Well, staying with sports, Canada's men's team is settling for silver after falling to the exceptional Team Scotland at this weekend's World Curling Championships. Now, despite the loss, Canada is taking home much more than medals on home ice. Devin Haru was in Ottawa yesterday for the big match and has this report.
Celebration is still on for Scotland, a dominating 9-3 victory to claim gold at the Men's World Curling Championship here in Ottawa, and they were the superior team from start to finish, bolting out to a 4-0 lead, and that was really it. Brad Goujon giving up a steal of 2, heavy on a draw, and when Scotland got control of the game, it was really a lead they were never going to relinquish, and it was superior curling by the Scottish team. They were all in the 90% range, and perhaps they have learned from past defeats going back to the Olympics, the championship game last year, losing to Sweden. So this has been building, and finally the breakthrough. It was an emotional scene here on Sunday afternoon. Brad Goujon wanted to so badly win for Canada. Of course, his last win came in 2017 in Edmonton. He wanted to return glory to Canada. Couldn't do it today, in tears, talking about what this loss meant, what this situation meant with his family here in the crowd today.
it's been special, and no, I want to thank our family for coming, our supporters, the whole city of Ottawa, whole country.
A big win for Scotland, their first world title since 2009, and of course that was won by Dave Murdoch. He's now Curling Canada's high performance director, a tall task ahead of him, trying to get Canada back on top of the curling world for now. This is Scotland's time atop. For CBC Sports in Ottawa, I'm Devin Heroux.
Well, in weather-related news, tens of thousands of hydro customers in Quebec are still without power following last week's deadly ice storm. And it doesn't look like things will be resolved tonight. Hydro-Quebec says the remaining repairs to damaged lines might not be complete until tomorrow. The good news, power has been restored to about 90% of the more than 1 million customers who lost electricity. Officials are warning people not to use fuel-burning appliances inside after a number of reports of carbon monoxide poisoning have come in.
Yeah, some good advice there for sure. Well, I must say I'm quite excited about the weather tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be beautiful for a lot of people.
Yes, all that sunshine, spring-like temperatures, we will certainly take it.
Yes, it is welcome. All right, well, that about does it for us tonight. As I mentioned earlier, we're a shorter show this evening, just 30 minutes due to the Easter holiday. But here and now, we'll return to our normal 1-hour program tomorrow. Hope you can join us then.
Good night.